Cheyi, ABC no me cheyi, but one kasa na we national organizer, and now say vice chairman. It was a conference. Maminya wo initial impression and comments.
Ken, nyamine dana se, so we jumadi cases here, funny papi baby who say, almost free all the 16 regions, almost free all the 16 regions in Eba. Almost free all the 16 regions, no, Eba. And 276 constituencies. A big, a huge. The logistical considerations, say offer buses, they are more money now, every baby money now, Eba. Omedidium, baby on bedem. A nyadia that form. Yamin Chadi, Yantiatin company be if we all the 16 regions now back in kind. And as I said, the rest of the 15 regions are back in kind. Yantiatin company be Masaka Kudru, Yantiatin company be Yamin Danasi. You made the insurance in this war. Yamin Chadi, we are Bonibiama. In fact, Mekaisa, there have been times where I call conference, I call constitutional amendment, and to me, and to year, and we had to refer some few matters back to council. But everything went smooth. Everything was good. Everything was okay. In essence, but I am see any so. No, say, Yetimia, do be something there. And I say, Yamencha, Yetimia,
80 rating it over 10, Oberman is saying.
Oh, 8.
Thank you.
It is very fair.
Just a short while ago, Namene, Mr. Kwabena Agyapong Kasa, or rating over 7, but also so misgivings kakra or not just say,
on 7.
On 7.
Oh, I didn't know.
And I will see 8. But on also so dia kakra say, and nipebi et say, former polling station executives. Na ka proposal no. More proposals and ka ombaba ka ho but we hu sa na awohwe so and check crowd so many Stephen Amwedi come from Kennedy Agyapong camp also say I say yes that stage manage the whole thing to favor a particular candidate na in the build up to sa conference amokoi secretary akra no penifo be retreat but e do point bi no ye ma ba akokwan e ma ono de okocheche delegates ni na odi ho ya mebusa Kwabena Agyapong no so e confirm e jesem say ho so no amanfo minase pokakra ho e no so no what da and I want ya we catch ye can no say
okay nti nyedi kan yewura Kwabena Agyapong asem de no kwasem ni the Constitutional Amendment Committee no kwade in their report no omo proposes say yen set up a committee to start the implementation of one member one vote. And to whom say mass expansion it should be gradual and progressive. Because so as a former polling station executives you need to do a search. It make kwade near yewura Kwabena Agyapong can yebedru according to the amendment committee. But in plain let's have a limited expansion. Not party no making sure say yet one member one vote implementation committee betua and we will start gathering our data to make sure that by the time I do into in fact one more timelines almost by 2028 we should have achieved the one member one vote. It is not out of place at all, but we will get there. That is how I can respond to it according to the Constitutional Review Committee. You know.
Vote no. Voice vote because voice votes don't feel say it doesn't represent the no yet to the ear of the chairman. Maybe if I'm the chairman, I meet me I can say the eyes have it. Even though a proposal and be or the tuja will be a crank kasa was the eyes have it. It was not it be a problem.
Oh, I was there. All the 56 motions or the tuja you could clearly see. Look. The delegates were following because you had the booklet in Maomo, I think about 2 days or so before. They were following it diligently. In fact, there were portions I know disagree. People even or more a picture of it. No more they are circulating. Say, look, let's reject this. They were following. In fact, me a chairman ever be reading motion. No. So it is not as if saying a rubber stamp. No, they were following it. I'm telling you, they are intelligent. Near okay, also no kind Yura Van Davis a kind motion na a year Agyapong kuma amma the rationale behind it or the justification behind it. Me noa oman yan to me send here the 2 million na yedema constituency for to supervise polling station modumano and carry the 2 million bi kwa command region for no is a omubugui one time. Ana ebiemu so nanka yet a youth your definition of youth age from 40 no yet so they about 35 and then also almost boy no so so they followed everything. Now coming back to an important issue I will raise here. So we need to Stephen Amwakasa. It can never happen. King. Me, Ebianam and Payura Muhammadu Bawumia say. He has been vice president for 8 years. In fact, before that, now while you're running mate from 2008, you're in a coy. And year 2012, you're in a coy. And year 2016, I mean, and what about your vice president? Why you running mate for 8 years? And why you vice president for 8 years? And what about your presidential candidate? In fact, the presidential candidate were in your conference. And he said, or address the conference. It is in the right place and by per convention. We've had some presidential candidates before. You run another go for the presidential candidate. You call conference at Toda or address a conference. There's nothing wrong with it. Mr. We have intentions to contest that. Yeah. But the fact that Nipana Baba Soma and then the Dibren Wire former vice president for 8 good years, second gentleman of the land, NPP a producer, Obiamana your vice president. Look, when you say Obian Wagana Bakosemu, why vice president for 8 years? Ken, but your old one need the
Oh, me who be say, Mr. Bawumia.
So if we have such a person, Anna, some Koba and baby and coming for any agents or buy and Quebec campaign man, and I'm about to contest it, and I'm on top of Banamame. Can you me a crown of cassette here? But the portfolio, and in the Brennan word conference, I knew winning. I can say, from the portfolio in the Brennan, on and I had the highest person there. The Dibre, and they are the highest person there. So I may not even vote for him. I may not like him, but the fact is that you cannot change the status. In Penifua, Omunya pre said you obi dibre, and what prayed we say, I is a bit do on young farmer, Debbie. Masati become so omco, and Stadium Mokrano, you didn't pay 10,000 people. It can never be possible. Hey? Even the North Wing, I blocked it. No, not even a single soul. Days, the blocky winner, Obian who call you to 2 gates. Nobody was there. The rest of the place, the right wing, the one opposite the VIP, they just about 1,001 or so. 1,001, every seat, your label, constituency, be on there, region, be on there. So you cannot bring anybody in on that matter. And at the rest, so your label regions, the opposite side, VIP, regional executives, council of elders, national council members, former MPs, former ministers, and all. We have done a very diligent planning. The person who led this planning was very meticulous. Yeah. Look, this
but yes, baby or honoma, man for even Kwabena just said, say, sticker and a can or say, yeah, the proposal need the bar. Oh, Nipana almost said you want our your eyes, no. One yet delegates, but all voice no were factored and as was factored into the decision.
Look, 99% of the people in the stand they were delegates. 99%. Obi ano delegate bia Oshers ni bia ebi ombeboa yen any protocol team on the boy pija and so at the bar no monsum or mobile directing for which is part of every event. 99% of whom I know me delegate. One part no me delegate. But the country be no be at the stands alone, the stands opposite to any the baby and Central region for the greater craft 14 years. Who can't mean Abuma higher 1,001, higher 3,003. I want one over 4,000. And our back stands no more, so I sit and on 900. Red seats no I think at 90. Now the rest no 750 or so. The incident grew even 900 no. And he was clearly labeled.
But Stikafo say moba bepe sika. Emma munye bi efin krofo bi hono na eba ne say na
but we acknowledge their support. I acknowledge the support of Iraq and Japan. General Secretary acknowledge the support of Iraq and Japan. We acknowledge the support. We acknowledge the support.
Okay. Yeah. I love this when they happen. Uma, a reference, we said there's no person in Ghana, why you vice president for 8 years. And I mentioned the eye. Ubi Awuti actually Ali Umama was vice president for 8 years.
I know correct. I'm a judge member.
Duly
MPP will produce, yes, I know correct.
Okay. Enti organizer, how are you taking all
and I mean can say Ubi 8 years or yeah life you Muhammad Nyamiaton Safran. No correct. The Panasipa in Church by boy.
Enti ya organizer. Okoye adwuma bi si ayenim. They are normal beba you be wholeheartedly, but comments, criticisms, observations how are you taking them?
Oh no, it's fair. I mean, the most important thing to me is the organization, the management of the program, everything was top notch. I mean, these are just the excesses. That is why I'm happy that a very critical person like Agyapong is a 7/10, which is good. I would say 8/10. It's not far from 7.
All right.
The event was very successful.
Just that, promises me ba me hu ba me ya me ntimi anyu anya contact.
Okay, no question is one frame.
The say sata na ufa ko krenye nti no.
Oh, say na no se me hia patron obibi unia
chef.
A chef. Ono oba say na no me hia ne dey.
I see.
Because something.
Na make say dey o make nche me.
Oh, na say so buy so baby oba order pa unim so no.
Oh yeah.
Unim. On the Baba Juju no come.
Nti ye wi a say na. Obi se me mbusa o. I say ask him why he became highly annoyed when he met his blue army guys. Were you angry at a point in time?
Oh, in such event no, you need to maintain order. In a perimeter, yeah, I can say more piano. At the point you who say and it looks like now because of a beach and now say a Ghana police for no, we have instructed them say at any point Biana as a Omoni party for being engaged in patrol they should avoid it because we didn't want any spectacle. Into the way almost to burn, I had to go and manage the situation. I'm working on some strong. I had let's maintain discipline and then order. So almost one more you made any money come. It is part of such mass and big events and the public involved. Yes.
All right. I'm out for shall see you or muti of various positions. And apparently because I visit on by declaration 29. If you so on by your D. Now that be beti unka if now still maintain an area.
Oh, Nyamiya Duma and national organizer I mean could be, but I'll contest for a national executive position.
Which is
oh, me no be farm drinking so many no.
Now Sarah is almost now Sarah crying.
All crowd them qualify.
Most now Sarah coordinator there organizer.
No, they said that is a maintained national coordinator.
All right. You better ask you no pay.
Nyamisha.
Mr. Henry Nanabuachi, lawyer, any other Kasai.